Hi friends, welcome back to my little channel. Today I will finally be showing everyone a peek into one of my sketchbooks. This has been pretty overdue since I'm an artist and my channel is also about my art, of course. I make art in many different ways. I see my planners and journals as a way of expression. I've recently been getting into collage and scrapbooking kind of art too. I make art digitally. I make art on paper, and I make handmade things, which is like the stuff you see in my shop. This sketchbook is, it's 3 years old, well, more or less, which is also something I really want to discuss. Based on this alone, you can expect that things aren't exactly linear in this sketchbook. This sketchbook has accompanied me through quite a few eras of my life. I have to say, I don't think this sketchbook is my favorite. It's dear to me, but it also holds a lot of energy that kind of burdens me, which I think makes sense considering I've had this sketchbook for so long. Which is why you'll also see I have some drawings I never really finished in here too, and I was honestly glad to move on from this thing when I was getting close to the end. Some drawings in here also went viral. And they're victim of stealing from certain small business owners and posts and just reposts on Pinterest, unfortunately. I think the problem with this sketchbook is also that I felt I had to draw full, complete rendered pieces all the time, or just like things that were super unique and like conceptual. With that being said, this sketchbook has some drawings I'm also very proud of, so it's kind of just a bit of everything, honestly. But as a result, I think I didn't really have fun with this sketchbook, like as much as I could have, I wouldn't let myself draw random things just because I felt like drawing them, and I just feel like that's why this sketchbook isn't really my favorite, I associate it with like a lot of art block, and I feel like I didn't draw a lot in here. But that being said, I draw in different ways, so like if I wasn't drawing in here, I was like drawing digitally, Before we begin, I would like to take the time to thank Skillshare for kindly sponsoring this video. Skillshare is a really useful platform where you can learn pretty much anything. There are dozens of classes available for pretty much any topic that you can think of. Business, video creation, graphic design, marketing. There are several classes that I believe are really helpful for growing artists on social media. As an artist myself, I like to do various types of art. I always say I'm not the kind of person who feels I should limit myself to one way of doing things, especially when it comes to my art and my drawings. I draw traditionally, digitally, and I make clay artwork for my shop alongside making videos and running my small business. So as you know, I'm always learning and trying new things all the time. As a result, I have a lot of ideas for different projects, and sometimes I really struggle to organize them or execute them in a way that is effective. This is where Skillshare has been incredibly helpful for me. I've been personally trying out a class on creative productivity, which has been so interesting and so helpful to me. I can't recommend it enough if you're also someone who resonates with this. You really never have anything to lose by learning something new or refining a skill. The first 500 people to use my link or this QR code on the screen will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so if you'd be interested in giving Skillshare a try, be sure to check that out, as well as the link in a pinned comment and the description. Anyway, so let's begin. This is the first page. Now, I said that things aren't necessarily like very linear in this sketchbook. What I mean by this is that I actually went back and added like onto some pages, like I went back. Especially this like last year in 2024. This has happened many times in the sketchbook where I would go back and like add a doodle or a little something to the page. So yeah, so this whole page is like an introduction to my sketchbook. I really like this. I had this little like flower wilting weeds theme. I drew some of my old characters on this page. I remember this one's name was Fifi, but I forgot the cat's name, unfortunately. Maybe if he comes to mind at any point during like editing, I'll include like what his name was. Again, yeah, this page is just kind of like crazy. I was freestyling. This is my OC Angie, but the one on the right is called Angelica. They look similar, but they aren't. Angelica has like feathery wings for like pigtails, and Angie, she's from like a duo of OCs alongside an OC called Rouge, which you will see in the sketchbook really soon. Their concept is like they're like a duo of singers. I think I even have a little song that I like. I think I even have a little song I made up for them, which I will not be singing because I can't sing in this sketchbook. And then I did some gouache swatches here. This is when I first like got my first proper like gouache set, and I was just really excited to use it. I used this little like band-aid thingy-majig. Yeah, it was like, yeah. So that's this page. That's like the first page I did in here. This page is pretty messy. This page is messy. Again, this is one of those pages I went back and also added to. This is my OC Valeria. I didn't do much with her, to be honest, but I liked her design at the time. I was also playing a lot of Terraria back then. So there's a bit of like an RPG theme happening here with like all the like 3 hearts and this like potion. I was also listening to Andromeda by Waste Blood, which is what this doodle represents. Anyway. I love this one. Now I don't know if you'll be able to see like reflections of the pencil on this, because this has a bad case of that, but I did scan it, so it's fine. I have like a really nice and polished edited version of this, but I love this one, and I remember loving it a lot at the time, and I still love it now. It was with gouache as well. It says heartache, and they're holding a heart. I don't have a lot to say about this one other than I really, really like it. You know, it speaks for itself. And then on the other page, it was inspired by that one pose on Pinterest. I don't know if it was Biba Doobie, and I don't even know if I'm saying her name right either, or if it's even definitely her. I just remember the girl looked really similar to her, at least. This was very, I want to say Y2K, but I feel like maybe if you can tell like what era this was definitely around like the pandemic time, where like all of those bright colors were trending. Like, if you know, then you know. And I have my old username here, which I have since changed. What a time. Okay. This is, I keep saying this constantly, but it's because it's true. Again, I went back and added to this all these doodles. They weren't initially here. I was inspired by Terraria back then, and also my light realm in like my character world. I want to use this as a chance to quickly say that I have a Toy House account for my characters, but it's not like 100% updated yet, like with the actual characters that I have, because there's so many of them. But I post there about like my OCs and stuff, and the worlds are complete, like the world information, so you can read about that. But I also don't really post about my OCs a lot to my main Instagram. I have like a side Instagram for that kind of art, so if you want to follow it and like that like side of my art, this is like kind of like a shameless plug, but it's just for fun. The art there, I just post whatever I want, so there's like no pressure. But yeah, back to the sketchbook. Yeah, this drawing was gonna be just like a surrealist kind of drawing, like really realistic and polished, but I didn't really have the motivation to go back to it. You can see I was like doing this watercolor wash in the background, but it was like never really completed. But to be honest with you, I really like this. I don't know, like I did these like 2 eyes because eye symbolism is like a really big thing in like my heaven light realm in my character world. And yeah, I also wanted to like I wanted to talk about that and like mention that OC stuff, because I kind of vaguely mentioned a page that was similar to this in like my Hobonichi flip through video, so you know what I mean. Anyway, moving on. Well, this page is also like a product of its time. You know, I was really into all the like bright colors. It's all in Posca pen. Also, these aren't like any specific characters. These were just like random. They were just for fun. I was messing around in my sketchbook. I drew some shoes I saw on Pinterest, and I called it a day. Yeah. Okay, so this is the page I was talking about with the song. Okay, so this is the song. Now, I'm no songwriter. This is Rouge and this is Angie. I also have a digital drawing of them, which I'll like put on screen when I'm editing. I wrote a song for them. It's, like I said, I'm not a songwriter. It's kind of lame. If you want to read that, you can. I'm not gonna read this out loud to you, and I'm also not gonna sing it. At the time, I thought it was really cute and fun, which I still think is really cute and fun, you know, it doesn't have to be amazing, but I still had fun doing it. And like, they're angels and stuff. They're also best friends. They're blue and they're pink. Rouge has this super cute harp guitar. And they're both vocalists actually, but I would say Angie plays the keyboard, even though that's like not included in this drawing. Also, their band name, like their duo singing name, is Bible Girls. Oh my god, okay, this character's story is so crazy. Do you ever look back on like your old OCs you had when you were 12 and you were like, oh my gosh. Anyway, she's like cutesy with a dark side. This doodle page is like very pink. Very cute. I made this little sticker myself. It's of that Animal Crossing villager that I think got cancelled, I think. I don't remember their name. I don't remember like the full story, but I know that like there was something to do with this character. It was discontinued. But honestly, although I don't like really vibe with this character anymore, this page is cool. I don't hate it at all. You also need to understand I had this character since I was like 12. And also this sketchbook I started when I like graduated high school, so this is like pandemic time. I was like freshly 18 or like turning 18 or like 19 or something. I don't remember, it's like that time frame. But yeah, this page, it's a little edgy. But you know, this wouldn't be a 3-year-old sketchbook tour if I didn't include art that I was kind of like, that I kind of look back at and I'm like, you know, kind of cringing at now. But like, I mean, I don't think this drawing is like really, really cringe. It's not like that bad, but you know what I mean. I wouldn't draw this now, is my point. These are some hills. Really straightforward, just some nice pencil soft pills. I like this page. It's very calm, very relaxing to look at. Just some rolling fields. I was doing like a wisteria tree. I was actually gonna draw a character sitting under this, but I just settled on the hills by themselves. This is my OC Lumiere, which is an OC I draw a lot. I love her design. She's inspired by the moon. And this is my other character, Celeste, who is like astrology themed. There's a cringy doodle I drew in here, which I'm covering with my fingers. I drew this when I was really upset at something, so I kind of want you to ignore that. It's not like, I don't love this, okay? And then the other page, this page I really like. I think my line work is really strong here. I think line work and like line art in general is a really strong suit for me. It doesn't have a particular meaning or anything. It's just a nice pen drawing. Like, I was just having some nice pen drawing time and nothing more, nothing, you know, nothing less. So this page on the left is my character Celine, but like with bunny ears. She doesn't canonically like have bunny ears, but she has a moon rabbit theme to her, and this was just kind of like a chill doodle I wanted to do. I think I wanted to do something messy, and this is also one of those drawings I went back and I like did a few years into this sketchbook, so this page actually came before this one. This Animal Crossing page I really, really love. Like I said, this sketchbook does have some really great pages. This Animal Crossing page is about nostalgia. Sometimes, like, you know, nostalgia makes me really sad, and I grew up playing like Animal Crossing Wild World, and I was just like feeling really melancholic about the past, you know? Also, Coco is my favorite villager. It says, I feel as void as all of these little animals. People will come and go as they please, because, you know, I played this game as a kid, and the friends I played this game with, I'm not as close to anymore. Like, you know, that's people I like grew up around and grew up with. So it felt like kind of a sad page at the time, but I still really, really love this page. I think it still holds up in my mind. Like, sometimes I cringe at like my old vulnerable pages, but not this one. Like, here I wrote, my heart is deserted and the weeds won't stop growing. This is my OC Annie. Her name is Andromeda, but like I just call her Annie for short. Again, this is just a really chill pencil doodle page. The bone serpent was also inspired by Terraria. She's got like a gothic girly fairy kind of theme. I'm not sure how to describe it, though recently I've been more into the girly aspect for her. I draw her in more like cutesy clothes these days, and also her story is kind of dramatic and like dark in general, but yeah, this is this page. I was doing some like fancy pen drawing. This was when Girl From Nowhere was trending. I really liked how that show was made, but I remember having a friend who didn't really like it, which I saw their criticisms, but I felt bad because I really enjoyed it. It was one of those things where you watch something, you think it's good, and then you go online and see everyone hates it. Like, that's just how I felt a little bit with my friend, but I liked this page. I was really inspired. Later on, I drew some cakes and stuff, and then I added these weapon doodles because I felt like the cakes needed more edge. And then on the other page, I did more Girl From Nowhere drawing. This is the other character. This was inspired by the intro. There's like flowers in it. I think it was season 2. I don't remember because it was so long ago now. But yeah, so this was also when I was like posting my art on like TikTok and Reels and stuff for the first time. Also, these were like just like little snack drawings. Basically, these snacks, like I made them up. They exist in my little character world. The banana moon pop and the star gummies exist on the moon in my OC world because there's like people on the moon in my OC world. There's like a little civilization, and there's a little doodle of like my OC Lumiere being disappointed by the ice cream. You know those ice creams that like have those really like designy kind of like designs, like they're like complex, and when you open them you're expecting to get it like exactly like that, but then when you actually open it, it looks like really melted and like crazy. That was the inspiration, and that pudding brand is a brand I made up that Annie in my character world loves because her favorite food is pudding, and it has a little mascot that I made up, which she also has like merch of, and it's called Happy Putty, and I put Taste of Nostalgia. Yeah, so, and the star gummies don't really have a name. It just says star on them. I didn't like the page on the right at first. I was going for like a vibe, but it didn't really work in my opinion. I can't really describe what it was. It just turned out looking a lot different than what I wanted it to look like in my head. The left page I had a lot of fun with. It's made using these like colorful pens that I have, and I was going for a like yarn effect, like, you know, that like colorful kind of yarn. Oh, I also have like stickers of these in my shop if anyone is interested. The butterfly and the bunny and that like little worm, I made them into stickers. But yeah, this was really cute and fun. I really enjoyed making this page. I think this was just such a fun idea, you know. Again, this was another product of its time. This was me testing out Copic markers I got, and I was once again doing the like colorful quote-unquote Y2K theme at the time. Her hand is a little wonky, but she's like a little butterfly fairy girl. I didn't post this because I was embarrassed of the hand, and then I went back and added I added this big butterfly, and I did some swatches of like other pens and stuff I was using at the time. And then it bled through the back, so I drew over it with this like pen because I don't know, I just felt like it. I thought it was like I was tempted to, you know. I just thought that it looked cool. On the right is my OC Leah. She's like sporty and water themed and Splatoon themed. Well, kinda. She likes Splatoon. She's a Splatoon player. Yeah, that's really all you need to know. This is kind of another OC I kind of abandoned. Like, I don't really... I don't know. This is more Annie drawings. Again, I didn't draw these until like years later, so this page came first and then this page came like way later. I don't really like this page. It was supposed to be like her in like luxurious outfits or just like, I don't know, her vibes, but I don't really feel the vibe. And I feel like these glasses are a bit garish. And the OC on the right, I retired the idea of. Her name was Mary. It was like a deadly sin concept. She was Pride, I think. And it was like a theme with like obsession with like beauty, and like she was like beauty obsessed. I think at the time I was also like inspired by the film Helter Skelter because I really loved that film. If you don't know, I remember like watching it years ago and I was like, wow, like, anyway, yeah. So she was inspired by that. And then there's more like Leah and her vampire best friend on the right. I was playing around with these Splatoon stamps I got from like a Bai Splatoon haul. It's really messy. I don't really love this page, so I'm gonna move on really quickly. This page I find pretty ugly. I just think, I don't know, I was drawing my character but it didn't really come out the way I wanted it to, like, at all in my head. I also completely changed her design now so she looks nothing like this. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say on this page. She doesn't look like that anymore. I drew this Kuro guy from the Toro series. I think that's his name. I remember that being his name, but if it's not, then oops. But yeah, I was playing around with some ballpoint pen here. It's not my favorite page. I don't like this page. It's boring. I just don't like it. Here I was drawing with ballpoint pen again. And these are like style studies more than anything. I like this page. I think it's cohesive, it looks nice, and these stars are another character in my little character world, the little star spirits. And this was like a little style study, so yeah, that's what this page is. Here we have my favorite drawing of my character, Lumiere. I love this so much. I didn't draw anything on the other page because I didn't want this drawing to get dirty. I just think that this drawing is like, it's so symbolic to her and her character, like her theme with the moon, her ability is like her soul form and like her light form. It's basically like she can leave her body at any time at will, and she just has a lot of themes around like the concept of dreams, the concept of like the boundary between death and like life and death. Also, if her ability is abused, it can have like adverse effects. The boundary between her spirit world she experiences in her light form and her physical body blurs. I just love this drawing. I think it turned out really, really nice. It's the cover of her Spotify playlist too, because I have like playlists for my characters. I drew this way before the movie The Substance came out, but that movie actually kind of reminded me of her. The whole idea of like a body and like a vessel, you know what I mean? There's a message about not not neglecting your life in there somewhere. I don't know. I love this drawing. I also think it just came out really nice and like smooth. Like there's nothing I don't love about this. Oh my gosh, okay, this page. I feel like many people might recognize this page, even if you don't know who I am. And if you don't know, I drew this. And then I saw it on Pinterest like a bajillion times. So if you did see this on Pinterest, and you're like, wait a second, I recognize this, then now you know. So this drawing, I love it and I hate it. This was the first time a drawing that I made went like viral and like, you know, got popular or whatever, like in a way that was like pretty intense. Most likely because of the cats. Let's be honest, Taro was and is pretty popular. You know, he's cute. And I kind of exploited that for a while, but then I moved on to like my other art. This drawing put my account on the map, you could say. I had like a few thousand followers, nobody really cared about me, and then suddenly I got like 20,000 followers from this or whatever. I don't know how much of that is like from that, like people, like I don't know how many people from that whole following really still stay around for my art and like me, and not just like for the Toro stuff and like merch of the cats, but regardless, I do owe something to this drawing. It says t-shirt design because I was gonna make my own shirt of this just for personal use, but I ended up not doing it. This gets reposted like a lot on Pinterest. Like I said again, I don't think this is my very best drawing, but again, like, I think it's, people just like the cats, I think. So yeah, like, this is the page, like, that page. Like, if there is a page that I feel like people will recognize me by, like, if they don't like know my art or anything about me, like, this is the page, if you will. This drawing also got really popular, and I posted them around the same time. Honestly, most likely again because of like the Toro Cat and Miku. Miku's really popular, and you know, this was basically fan art of both of them. However, I like this one more because I think this one was really creative. I think I'm really proud of this, to be honest. I had this crazy idea to cut out a bunch of Toros and make it look like Miku's like drowning in them, and I don't know, I think this one really did deserve its flowers. It was pretty cute, it was fun. Between the two Toro drawings, I honestly like this one better just because of like the creative idea. I just think this idea was a lot more interesting. And on the other page, I drew Miku in like her cat costume. I don't know what it's from, I don't remember. But she has this cat costume, and I just drew this in all pastels. I have this page separating them so that this one doesn't get like dirty. But yeah, so that's like the Miku page, if you will. Lots of cats, lots of Toro, lots of Miku, whatever. I hate this page because this page is boring. Moving on. This is the page that birthed my Toro stickers. Like I said, I was exploiting my Toro thing. I was really into the Toro thing for a minute. You can see that I drew them on the next page and all. I was collecting Toro merch as well. I still love this cat, but you know, this was like a long while ago. I had a scalper problem on Bahi with like the trinket boom and everything. No offense, it kind of ruined like collecting Toro merch for me. Like, I just feel like it got a lot more expensive after that. And also I was in a really like miserable job situation when this like era of my life was like happening. This was like 2022 or something, so I think that's also why I moved on from this era and just like kind of left it in the past. Also, it just reminds me of my ex-friend who I just don't want to remember, mainly because we were like close at the time, and I was really going through it. And yeah, because I remember we would like match profile pictures with these cats or whatever, and it just makes me sad. Anyway, I don't want to remember this. I love this page. I think this is one of my best drawings in here, next to like the Lumiere page that I showed. This one is a banger. I also have prints of this one. Sorry, shameless plug again, but I just think it's so beautiful. I'm really proud of this one. I have nothing else to say. I'm really proud of the colors. I'm just really proud of this idea. I think this drawing is really beautiful. This one was like based on vibes. I had a vision. This one also did pretty well on like social media, specifically like TikTok. The reel did as well. My little OC, Lumiere, makes a cameo here. Of course it's Lumiere because of like the moon theme. I'm very neutral around this page as a whole though. I think the idea was like cool. I was going for like blood moon symbolism, you know, with the eye thing. She has like pitch black eyes, and you know those photos, they have like a bright flash. So I was inspired by like something like that for this, and it was just an idea I had. There was a vision, you know. This is an abandoned sketch, so this is my OC Luna. She appears in Lumiere's story, which, by the way, she is one of the characters you can read about in my toy house, at least in Lumiere's section, but she doesn't have her own yet. I had a vision here. It was gonna be similar style to the other Lumiere drawing, but I never had motivation to finish this, sadly. She's Blood Moon vampire themed. She's also like a queen. I was gonna scan a glossy image of the drawing on the right when it's done, and then like watercolor this whole page like red for a blood effect, and then I was gonna rip up this scanned like glossy version of this and then like stick it on here so it looks like a bloody shattered mirror. That's why you have all of these like little lines here. I didn't want to forget this idea, that's why I did that. I had a vision. Okay, I might return to this actually, but this is what I'm just like explaining to you what I was gonna do, but like didn't end up doing basically. So this remains unfinished. Then here's another unfinished sketch of my devil OC, Lipoka. This one was similar to the heartache drawing, like it was gonna be in gouache and she was gonna be in like a suit on like a dark checkered corridor, like a little girl boss. And then the left page here was inspired by Vune. I never know if I'm saying their name correctly, but they're like an animation YouTuber. I really love their work. It's a little town I did with like just colored pens. Also, oh, this bookmark is here for some reason. This is a coquette little Annie page. Again, I don't love this. In this sketchbook, like, she has better art now than she did here, let's just say. I, to be honest, don't really think that her best drawings are in this sketchbook, but you know, it is a sketchbook after all, so even though I was pressuring myself to like make really like conceptual and like detailed art back then, this is still my sketchbook, and this is just still like, this is what it looks, this is how it was, you know, whatever. This, I was having fun with the soft kind of colored pencil style. I was leaning more into my soft coloring style. Many people loved these drawings as well. I think this is another drawing I'm very fond of. The left page is just my little silly characters that I made up. I feature them in like my clay work sometimes, or just like my doodles or whatever. But yeah, again, this page was also really popular. Lots of people like this one, both of these. I understand why, you know, I think also the drawing process of this was very nice, you know, to look at. I like this one, I do like it. Like I said, you know, this sketchbook does have some really good drawings that I'm proud of. These stickers were kind of a flop. Also, that right page, me and my little brother, we drew this together. I stuck it in here. It's a really cute, fond memory for me. After that, I just did a big page of like pen doodles. I was making the characters up as I went. I remember feeling really tense around this time. So I just wanted to draw something silly. I wanted to challenge myself to just like make up a bunch of little silly characters as I went. And this was the result. So there's just like a ton of little guys in here. I'll maybe show them a little closer. Yeah, you know. This was me trying out Ohuhu markers. I did this little starry spirit, you know, those little star spirits I have. I did a little star spirit person drawing thingy using like the markers I was swatching here. I stuck the back of the Parappa sticker that you see on the cover of my sketchbook on here. I like this one. I don't like the Lammy page, unfortunately. I don't like the style that I ended up using. It looked different in my head, but I do love the Parappa page. I love the city view. I love the city view and the constellations. I don't know, I think it's really fun and interesting. I like the doodle of Milk Can as a band. That one is also really cute. So, like, as a whole, this whole spread, you know, it's not bad. I just don't love this part. I like the idea I had here with like the like evil Lammy and like the good Lammy as like devil and angel. But yeah, this is my Parappa page. On the other page we have more Lammy doodles. These are really silly. I drew PJ zoning out, well, because he looks like he does. Here's a cute doodle of Lammy and her friends eating at a fast food place. And there's Ma-san, just being Ma-san, how I interpret her. Then the page over here is Annie again. I was drawing this pudding gashapon figure. I actually really want this little figure for myself. I enjoy drawing like little puddings still to this day, so this never really like left. Again, this page is really girly with like a little hint of darkness. Her theme is like, she's really like girly and pretty, but she has like a secret. I'm kidding. Well, not really kidding, but you know what I mean. More Annie. I have to say that the sketchbook again is not her best drawings. It took me a while to figure this character out exactly how I wanted her to be. Anyway, I like this kitty page. I had a vision one day and it just came to me. This drawing is like meant to be really simple. And it came out exactly how I envisioned it, just like really simple. Though, like when I posted it, I posted like only half of this, so it's just like a tail and the cat's like going this way. This was a cute little bubbles jellyfish concept and a perspective, like kind of perspective drawing. I remember I made these jellyfish charms. I don't know if this was like around the exact same time though. So, but yeah, this page is really cute. She's just like blowing bubbles and... This is a continuation of the yarn effect, like with pens idea. I even made this yarn themed Tamagotchi creature thing. I think it doesn't really have to be a Tamagotchi, to be honest. It's just like a weird yarn creature, but I was, in my head, it was like I was in a Tamagotchi kind of vibe, so I called it Yarn Ichi. This page is about jealousy and the concept of it possessing you like a demon. It was inspired by this old, I don't know if this was like officially released, but it's on YouTube. Marina song. I was a Marina and the Diamonds fan when I was younger. I was like obsessed with her. All the unreleased music, everything. She doesn't go by Marina and the Diamonds anymore. But yeah, I was taking a trip down memory lane and I was listening to that song and this idea came to life. This is more like of a rough draft, but I feel like if I were to do this again, I would like refine it a lot more. Then here is my OC Rosaria. Her theme is that she's frilly and pink, and also she's evil. I don't love this page. It's a bit plain. I stuck some stickers on here, and this little cutout is a childhood stuffed animal toy she has that's just like really wonky. It's just like a little silly thing. I was experimenting with a dot-like texture here. I don't really know how to describe it. I drew some alien girls and some little guys again. And then I drew my OC Vivian in like a mecha concept. I think that's how you pronounce it. In my head, I read it as mecha. People are not gonna be happy about this, but I'm sorry. Anyway, I use this holographic... I'm gonna try to show this. I use this like... Can you even tell? I use this like holographic cutout for like this cool effect because she has like a steel arm, and when you flip this page over, the back of it is inspired by like a circuit board because she has a replica of her that's like a robot in her story, so like that's her replica. So that was like the theme. It's like her insides, like her guts, you know what I mean? And then yeah, and then next to this, I wanted to fill the page, so I made these like little doodles, this sticky note, and stuff like that. The bunny page I drew when I was feeling really lost in my art. I really like this one. I think it's very soft and warm. In case you don't know, I really love the moon. I feel really connected to it, and I think it's why I love my character Lumiere, you know, so much. I just love the moon. What else can I say? Here we have Roach Girl. I designed this Roach character. I did a sketch on the left and then I did like a full page on the right. This is 2024, I think, the start of it anyway. This was during the summer. The Pudding Girl was earlier, but I don't remember exactly. It was sometime after the Roach Girl was drawn, and then I added the Melon Soda Girl way later during like the summertime. So there was a bit of space in between these two, but I knew there was like a sketch of this in here, so I knew that I wanted to do these. It's just kind of like I came back to this idea way later. I think I was more in the mood during the summer. I wanted to draw something like, you know, like a soft drink kind of vibe. So anyway, there was a lot of space in between these two. This was like a dress-up, like fashion magazine kind of vibe idea, and I think they came out really, really cute, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna flip my sketchbook over now to show you this page. So this is a Miku drawing I spoke about briefly in my end of the year Hobonichi flip through. It didn't start out as a Miku drawing, I just had a crying concept in mind, but I thought it was like cute to elaborate on this character, and she kind of looks like Miku, you know? So that's the actual page, like, of that and everything. It's just a little I like it. It came out really nice. I just wish that it didn't cause such like discourse when I posted it online of people like just, I don't know. It was messy. Anyway. I don't like this. This was a style study though, specifically like shading and stuff. I just don't think this came out really good. I have nothing else to say about it. I just, you know, it is what it is. I don't like this page either. I don't like the colors. Kinda reminds me of like Frutiger Metro maybe. But I just don't think that it was done very well, I'm afraid. And then the other page is just like a clothing collaboration I had. It did like this little drawing promo for it. This was my moss ball idea. I love these. I think they're really cute. You can see I sketched this cheerleader girl in the corner with my pen here, and then when you turn the page, there's a more cleaner outcome of that concept. The original doesn't have the like moss writing on it, and I added that digitally. But yeah, the concept is that she's like a Marimo moss ball cheerleader. Some people call them mold spores, but honestly I don't mind that. It's still pretty silly. So this is where my sketchbook comes to an end. Again, this sketchbook has been with me through a lot of times in the past 3 years, and I've changed as a person with this sketchbook too. I think that I also didn't draw in this sketchbook very much, which is why it took me so long to finish this one. I think it was time to move on to something else because, I don't know, the energy of this sketchbook was really wearing me down. And I feel like in my new sketchbook, I'm having a lot more fun. I started it late last year, and it's already half full, so I can't wait to show that one. And I actually have a video on it due talking about how I learned to have fun in my sketchbook with like some clips of me drawing in it. So if you would like to see that, please also let me know, because like, you know, it helps, it encourages me. But I also recently did host a poll upon like my return to social media, because I took a little break, asking you guys what you wanted to see, and surprisingly you guys really want like drawing and chatting style videos, which I didn't expect because I was worried that would be like boring or something. And you know, I do have a lot of anxiety on my voice, so I was like, well, maybe people don't want to hear me talk, but I do have a lot to say, so you're in luck. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked my little sketchbook tour and like my thoughts, and thank you so much to Skillshare for being the sponsor of this video, and the very first one as well so far in this channel. I'm super grateful for this opportunity. If you would also like to support me or find my art elsewhere, my name is Scary Mimi with a 4 on all social medias. I have a card link in my description where all of my socials are linked along with my shop, which will also be reopening really soon with like new prints and stickers as well. Like I'll be making like a little shop update, and hopefully a cute little Valentine's Day collection as well. It's a lot of work, but I really hope to get it done, so we'll see. But take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye!